Okay, I'm back. I've been sick, and then a bunch of stuff happened with our homestead that we have had to deal with animal drama and just family stuff. And then the Charlie Kirk thing happened, and I just have been thinking, watching, and thinking. And I wanted to be really sure that I took a step back. I really didn't want to participate in the nonsense that I was seeing happening. And that's not, by the way, to belittle um, what happened. Um, Not at all. But part of the point of this channel is to get back to reality. And I was really reminded of 9/11 and silly dog, and the oddness of that time, the surrealism of it. I was also further reminded that much of what I had been told on the day of and the weeks after 9/11 turned out to be nonsense, narrative, manipulation. And I felt the same about the COVID stuff. And since COVID, discovering that a lot of the world is like that. But this isn't a conspiracy channel. Not because I have anything against it. I've been down all the rabbit holes. Um, that's just not the gift I have to offer. There are better researchers, better daily commentators than I could be. My input is more about the patterns that I see and trying to share my attempt to still do art, still do human thought, human reasoning, human creativity in the face of rising transhumanism and its variants therein. And so I just wanted to take a break. I didn't want to have some sort of emotional reaction. Yes, I did listen to Charlie Kirk often. I disagreed with him a lot. I liked him, however. Do I think he was controlled op? Absolutely. I noticed that he was changing his tune. I feel that my discernment has improved over the years and that change was likely real. I saw the most gruesome video of the day, and it was traumatic. Whatever you think happened, whoever you think did it, why ever you think it happened, that was a trauma. It was a trauma event. It was a trauma event. It was a kind of a marvel, in fact. And when you notice the ritualistic aspects of it, and then you notice the way their story about it doesn't make sense, you start to see that not everything is as it seems. But I also don't want to be these crazy people. No offense, I guess, but these people on the left cheering for somebody's death just because they didn't like what he said. That's bonkers to me. That's a problem. It's not normal. It's not normal behavior in a normal society. It's just not. But these other people in the truther community acting like, oh, well, anybody who believes that it really happened, you're a sucker and I can't help you. Nobody can help you. Which I doesn't feel like a very Christian response to me. I I'm not going to name anybody specifically because I'm not sure how much that kind of thing helps. And who am I anyway? But I have been troubled by a lot of Christian truthers and a very hostile, um, extravagantly cynical response that to me seems of a similar kind to what I saw on the left. And yeah, and then there's the people who insist that everything is what they said it is, and anybody who's questioning it is a jerk, and anybody who brings up, political issues relating to it is a jerk. And that's not helpful either. I find none of these things helpful, nor do I find the endless, oh, angles and where was the shot actually at and how did this happen. I don't find those things helpful. Maybe to a point, but at a certain point, you need to stop, take a breath, realize that there's a lot that we can't know. We just cannot know. They won't let us know, maybe in 20, 50, 80, 100 years, perhaps. And calm down about that aspect and try to concentrate on other things, which requires a different kind of discernment than the investigation of the various facts and their connection or not to a specific event. It's about looking at the groundedness of the truth of the situation, the telos of the event. Why did the event happen? Another way of saying that is, who does an event like this, a ritual like this, actually benefit? And that's when you really, really, really can start to get some really good answers. And it's not cut and dry. You have to go back and forth. You do your cui bono. Who does it benefit? You narrow down the suspects. You go back and you look at the facts again. Then you go back. It's a kind of a scientific method. And so that's what I've been doing. Not from the perspective even of this specific event, but more from the perspective of trying to come up with a way of explaining to everybody, anybody who wants to know or listen, how magic works. Because that's what you're seeing. Regardless of the facts of the situation, the overall gist of it was that was a ritual in order to harvest our energy and therefore our worship, our attention, to get us more on board with agreeing with the plan that is already going to happen. That's the plan. Or to get us too confused to know what to do about it, too afraid to act, and maybe too angry at our fellow neighbors to come together on the things that we do agree about. And that's it's magic. There were signs, there were symbols, there's ritual, there's sacrament. There's a whole entire metaphysics to the way that all went down, even to what's happened since then with the memorial, the 8 hours. As a Christian, I was kind of disturbed. I'm not a very good Christian, I admit that. But I guess that's sort of part of my point. I just don't think that that's what I've ever thought of when I think about Christianity. That's what I think of when I'm studying ancient Roman history and the spectacle, which I do a lot because I'm a nerd. So, yeah, I just don't think that what I see most people doing is proper, calm discernment and realizing the kind of world that we really live in. And the kind of world we actually live in is a world in which magic is everywhere. They're using magic on you constantly. What do you think the black mirror is that you're using right now to listen, perhaps to watch at the same time? That's a scrying mirror. The one that I'm holding in my hand right now to record this, that's a scrying mirror. These are stones etched with gold and silver, precious metals, also precious stones, other stones, precious emeralds and jewels that control light and its movement, with lodestones, magnets, that then we supercharge with lightning in order to get them to talk by mimicking us and then transferring that to other talking stones for someone else very far away to watch and or listen to. That's what these are. These are scrying mirrors. Big events that they put in the news, those are magical rituals. And whatever you believe, you could be an atheist. That's okay. I was an atheist most of my life. I get it. But it doesn't matter. They believe in this and they take it very seriously and it's very real. I know that there's a saying amongst the right and the groypers I like to study, even though I wouldn't fit in at all, of course. They say everything is fake until proven gay. And I didn't understand this at first. I just thought it was funny. But I get it now. Because what is meant by that is that everything is one form or another of a fabrication, or even if it's real, they're going to use it to manipulate you, to control you, to control your access to understanding the world that you actually live in, so that you will come to the frame of mind that they want you to come to. It's magic spells. Magic spells, divination, geomancy, it's everywhere. And the best attitude one can have for that certainly is not going to be, woe is me. It's not going to be black pilling. And I don't think that it should be, therefore nothing can be done. It can't be the black pilling accelerationists. They're like, well, therefore the only thing that can be done is we must make it worse. And it can't be, oh, well, I know this hasn't worked for anybody else, but I'm better and smarter and stronger and I can do the magic and I will do it right. None of these are proper, plausible answers. And so that's what I've been thinking about. I've written a lot about it. It's kind of very essay-like right now. I'm working on it some. Yeah, and I'm hoping to write more poetry and just get back into the flow, giving videos every day and talking about this, even though, yeah, that there was a rupture. I saw it, I experienced it just as much as anybody else. And I can feel it. Things are a little bit different now. And not only for the good. I'm glad that there are people who have come to Christ because this event was important to them in some way. But I worry about the kind of Christianity that I saw on display. I believe in the Trinity. I believe in the only begotten Son of God. I believe in his finished work of salvation. I believe in these things. And I did not see that. So I saw something else entirely. And I'm hesitant about my language on it because I want to be respectful of people's genuine experiences, even as what I am seeing from the outside looking in. That didn't look like righteous worship. But maybe I'm being too strong, and so I prefer to talk in abstract about the general principle instead of just like appearing to pick on somebody. Gesundheit. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to make more videos this weekend. I'm going to talk about magic. Maybe write about magic. And I hope that that helps and or inspires you in some way.